1 over 2 minus x. Okay. What would be the first step here? We have Samantha and Shanisha online. Samantha, can you tell me what would be the first step for adding this two fractions?
Would it be to put 2 minus x on the bottom of the other fraction as well as x minus 2 on the other multiplying each other?
Okay, Shanisha, what do you think?
We're trying to get common denominators, right, so we can add them?
Okay, that's good. You always want to look for LCD, least common denominator. Here we have x minus 2, and then here we have 2 minus x. How can I make these two look exactly the same?
Factor out the negative sign in the second equation.
Very good. If I factor a -1 out of either of these two, then I can make them exactly look the same. Then I can find the LCD, or least common denominator, really easy. So let's do that. If I factor a -1 here, okay, I have to ask myself what times -1 gives me 2, and then what times -1 gives me minus x. So Shanisha, can you tell me what goes inside this parentheses?
Two plus x? No, 2 minus x?
Okay, you said 2 minus x. So what times -1? What times -1 give me 2? Let's start with that one first. What do you think? What times -1 give me 2? Okay, so that's 2. Shanisha says 2. Okay, so we have, if I put 2 here, 2 times -1 is not plus 2, right? Samantha, do you want to try? We're missing something here. What are we missing here?
-2 plus x.
Very good. -2, yeah. So -2 times -1 give me 2, which I have right here. And then what times -1 give me -x? So Shanisha, you want to try this second part? What goes here? Would be plus x or minus x? Okay, Penny, Shanisha, you just type plus x. If I put plus x here, would it work? If I multiply plus x times -1, Samantha, what do you think?
I think it's plus x.
Right, that's right, that works. So let's take a look at this here. When I have 2 minus x, if I factor a -1 here, you notice I'm not multiplying this by -1, I'm factoring the -1 out. So what times -1 give me the first term must be -2, and then what times -1 give me minus x, that give me plus x. So this looks like it's equal to -1 times. So if I switch this around, negative 2 plus x is the same as x minus 2. So it looks like 2 minus x is equal to minus x minus 2. You see how we have x minus 2 here? We wanted to make 2 minus x look like x minus 2, and then we factored a minus 1, and then we made it look like 2 minus x. So in general, you can remember that if you have a minus b, if you factor a minus 1 out of this, this would becomes b minus a inside the parentheses. Because if I go and then distribute this, negative 1 times b is negative b, which is right here. Negative 1 times negative a is plus a, which is right here. But that's exactly what we have here. We have x minus 2, and this is 2 minus x. So if I want to make this look exactly the same, so I can keep the first one as is. Let's write it as 1 over x minus 2. And the second one, I can factor a negative 1, and I would get minus x minus 2 at the bottom of the fraction here. I can actually include these two signs together. I can say plus and minus, that would be minus. So this whole thing would be 1 over x minus 2 minus 1 over x minus 2. Now the LCD exactly the same. Here the LCD is x minus 2, so I can combine these two. So this 2 would be 1 minus, well here it would be 1 minus 1 at the top of the fraction. And then here we have x minus 2. So it just turns out that the top of the fraction would be 0 over x minus 2. What is 0 over x minus 2 is equal to, Samantha?
Zero or 1?
So which one, 0 or 1?
I'm going to say 1.
Okay. What is 0 over 2 is equal to? What's half of 0? Samantha?
0. 0. I'm sorry. It'd be 0.
Right. So if I have a 0 and then divided to 2, you still have 0, right? If I have $0 and you divide it into 2, you still have 0. So 0 divided by, if I have 0 over any number a, would be equal to 0. So this would be 0. Just turns out to be 0 in this case. So every time you have rational expressions where the number or the terms at the bottom of the fraction look like, in this case, one is a minus b, the other one is b minus a, you can factor a minus 1 out of one of them and then make it look exactly the same, and then that way we can find the LCD quickly and then add or subtract what we have at the top of the fraction.